Why and how are fortunes going to be made and lost in the next 24 months right now, in your humble opinion, of course?
Yeah, I think in times of massive change that leads to disruption, that leads to just massive chaos in the marketplace, which brings in the fear, the panic, and hysteria. Folks that see what's happening, know why it's happening, and what's going to happen next, and keep calm and under pressure, and are prepared and have protections in place, they are going to position themselves to be on the right side of this wealth transfer. During every massive crisis, there are fortunes. I mean, if we just go back, to the Great Depression, just the fortunes that were made there. If we go back, not even that far, let's go back to 2008 and 2009. So the big thing was a lot of people got the wind knocked out of them, right? Everybody was really hammered. The economy was struggling. I don't think people remember how bad it was. It was tough. Yeah. And a bunch of entrepreneurs saw what was happening, and they're like, listen, I don't think this there's a lot of people struggling. Let's start a sharing economy. And that kind of took, look at that opportunity. So, you had cars, whether it be Uber and Lyft, and then you had Airbnb, you had all these companies that were created during the last crisis. So those are folks that stayed calm. They protected first what they had. They positioned themselves then to look at the marketplace and see what solutions they could bring into it, and look at the fortunes that were made there. So, yeah, I think that we're going to be in the same thing. And now let's throw AI in the mix. Most people aren't even aware of AI. We saw it coming. We saw the rollout of ChatGPT. Then we saw the competitors come out, and Google has Bard now, and Bing has got a different bot, and the explosion of just development of like apps and companies in that space. And most people don't even realize that AI is out there. It's being rolled out. So what that means is, if you just look at all the apps that are out there, we would probably come to the conclusion that probably 80% of the jobs could be gone, like in the next 2 to 3 years. Now that would scare people, but like the internet, which destroyed a lot of jobs, more millionaires and billionaires were created with the internet than ever before. I see a similar opportunity with AI. So again, and AI is going to disrupt like nothing that we've seen, the speed of this. And again, most people, I'm in a lot of different groups, and, I speak to folks just, across the country. And there's some folks that they are not familiar what's going on in AI, and they don't think it's something that they should be paying attention to because it's not kind of in their silo. It's going to disrupt everything. And the folks that know how to use it, that could use it and to leverage what they're doing, there's going to be incredible opportunities available.
How are you using it in your everyday work life right now? Are you using ChatGPT just to do some of your scripting out, or some of your,
I use it every day. So one of the things that I do is I just made it an extension of myself. So I would brainstorm ideas. And what I usually would have to do is it would take me hours of research, just going online, reading articles, reading books, like blogs, listening to podcasts on a specific subject or topic, where with ChatGPT, I can ask it the correct questions of what I want to extract, and they can give me the content or the information that I've been looking for in like seconds or minutes. So it's really cut down the time of the research that I have to do. And obviously you still have to verify everything because it's not perfect. We're still in the beginning phases of this, but it's really, really helped quite a lot just on that side. So I think, one of the skill sets with AI is if you know the correct questions to ask. And what's funny, there's a saying, not to get too sidetracked, but there's a saying: the quality of your life is determined by the quality of the questions that you ask yourself. So I've always tried to make it kind of an exercise. And now I'm like, Well, the quality of the questions that you ask AI will give you the quality of the answers or the responses. So that will be a skill set to have the right questions to ask AI to be able to leverage it.
Yeah, that's an interesting take on that. I've got a ton. We'll probably come back and let's do a video on AI. I think it's super exciting and very, very dangerous. It's a massive slippery slope there. So I just think you're such a savvy investor and super well-rounded in your portfolio. For those that are still watching the video right now, what are you doing with your money? Where are you putting a couple of it? And of course, we're going to preface that by saying, guys, go out there and do your own research. Everyone's got different risk tolerance with their investment strategies. So certainly not saying, take and your money and do exactly what MC's doing with his. But what are a couple of things that have your attention right now?
Yes, not financial advice at all, but I think like it's important to understand where you are in market cycles and play the market cycle. So there's times where you should go all in on, just cash flowing properties and businesses and so forth. I see it at this time where there's still deals out there, but I'm right now focusing on cash accumulation, some hard assets, and then, monitoring my cash flow portfolio and also looking at some growth opportunities. Bitcoin, again, has got a halving coming up. There's a lot of great technicals. And during the banking crisis, as it started with the three banks, which was interesting, was that Bitcoin actually did its job. It actually went up. A lot of people raced into Bitcoin, which was very interesting. Yeah, so personally, I'm very well diversified, but focusing at this stage as just cash accumulation. And, my strategy is simple. You need operating capital for your business. So you have to diversify that across several banks. And then the rest of it, warehouse it in a place that I shared with mutual insurance companies. I eat my own cooking. So I set up another policy for myself in December, actually, another infinite banking policy for myself after just looking at all my options. And I'm like, this is still the best place. And this is where the wealthiest families and family offices do it. So diversified across banks, operating capital, everything else in infinite banking concept policies, have some hard assets, and then also, position some capital in areas for growth, and that would be obviously in my worldview, some Bitcoin.
No, I love that. I eat my own cooking. So I know you've always been kind of high on commodities as well, with interest still, surprisingly, or with inflation still surprisingly high. What are your thoughts on commodities right now?
Yeah, absolutely. So by hard assets, that's, gold and silver's been money throughout centuries. So those are some of my hard assets too. I love it. You're at a different time right now. It's, every market cycle has its similarities and have very similar things, but you have a ton of cycles coming together. You have empire cycles, you have economic cycles, you have market cycles. So you have to be very well prepared and very well diversified this time. But I believe if you have your capital in a place that's protected first, that you can access, you're going to be well served. And if you're positioned in hard assets, which have maintained their value, over time. Now, that doesn't mean that, if there's a huge market pullback that commodities cannot pull back, I'm still a huge fan of it. Things that are real, right? Mm-hmm. Things that you can touch, things that, you could transact with gold and silver, and then obviously other commodities like food and so forth. That's what we all need to live on.
Yeah, fantastic. Well, I appreciate your take on all that. We love having you here on the channel, of course, and I know you're a busy guy. I was really looking forward to filming with you here today, and certainly look forward to having you back on. Any parting shots for the audience here?
No, appreciate it. I always love our conversations, and for our audience, I would just say, as a business owner and an investor, this is a time where you have to stay alert and monitor the markets and the economy every single day. Things are changing so quickly at such a speed daily, in so many different parts of the world that will affect you as well. So you want to stay on top of all that and stay ahead. We kind of knew where the puck came from, where the puck is at now, but also it's important to look at some of the trends that's there so that you could see where it's going and position yourself accordingly.
I appreciate that. Well, guys, thanks for joining us here on the video today. Be sure and check out MC's podcast at Cashflow Ninja. If you're interested in more of the whole life insurance and infinite banking concept, go ahead and email ninja@vipfinancialeducation.com. I'll drop that link below. Be sure to include your first, your last name, the best number to reach you. If you like this video, you want to hear more content like that, go ahead and smash that thumbs up. If you're new to the channel, we would certainly appreciate a new subscriber. So until next time, guys, thanks for joining us on today's video. Take care and make it a great day.